You just chase your dreams. You don't even take the time to sleep. But don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Assalamu alaikum. Bon dia, buenos dias. Guten Tag. Manzakin. Habari. Mache maha. Bonjour, bonsoir. Any languages that I'm forgetting now, please do pardon me. It has been a while indeed since I came your way with a podcast and a video for that matter. And I'm really glad to do this. I'm pretty sure that this might be the last one for the year as we take the time to rest, to recalibrate, and to come back stronger next year. And I sincerely do apologize for the gap that we've had since the last podcast. I've really been quite unwell. It was quite a challenging moment. So I'm really grateful for those who reached out as well, asking. A couple of people reached out to me on WhatsApp saying that it's been a while since we recorded or put out a podcast. So what is wrong? So that explains it. I was quite unwell, but now I'm better. I'm far better. I don't know if you can tell, but I haven't gone for a haircut. I think I'm growing the hair to see what the new year is going to bring. Anyways, today's podcast, we're going to talk about drowning. And it's quite a strange topic because I know people are like, Prince, the year is about to end. Some motivation, some enthusiasm, some inspiration, Yes, I totally understand all of that. But please do hear me out. And this is a personal challenge that I'm putting out to you. If at the end of this podcast, if you feel you've learned something, please forward this to somebody you care about. If you feel that it's something that somebody can use, it's a podcast that someone needs to listen to, please don't just stop there. Forward it to someone else. So about a month ago, I don't quite remember, but we went to Bengari to actually speak at a conference there. And an incident happened. I didn't tell a lot of people, but it happened nonetheless. I was with my friend Francois and a couple of other friends as well. And we actually went to swim. There was a swimming pool. We went to swim. So those of you who know me know that I'm not a good swimmer. I don't know how to swim. I don't know the intricacies of swimming. I don't swim as an art. I swim as something that you do when you're underwater. You know, those people who, when they are underwater, they can move in water. I am those people. So, and Francois Yabi, check him out. A wonderful speaker. I think he's going to be he's probably going to be one of the biggest politicians we see in Africa. So Francois actually swims exceptionally well. You know, the backflips, the butterfly, the papillon. I like when they call it in French, papillon. So he swims very well. So he's like, Prince, come on, swim. Swim with us. And guys, I am not short. I'm well over 6 feet. I'm about almost 6'2". Between the range of 6'1" and 6'2". In centimeters, I think I'm about 185. So I'm a fairly tall person. I'm not short, I'm not extremely tall, but I'm fairly tall. And in a swimming pool, almost always my feet touch the ground. So what do? I move in the water, I just move. And whenever I'm tired, I stand. Because when you are done, you put your pressure down and your feet touch the ground. And you take some air, you breathe, and you move on. So in this tale, I was actually just swimming. I was enjoying. First, I was, playing around the shallow area. And Francois is like, oh, let's swim to the other end. And the truth is, I know how to move in water. So if swimming means moving in water, then I could do that fairly well. But I didn't know how to float. I still don't know how to float. I think currently that is going to be my greatest investment, learning how to float in water. I actually, start to swim towards the other end. And one of the things I pride myself in is my ability to hold my breath. I think for now I can hold my breath for a good 40 seconds. I know for some of you, you know how to do that for 2 minutes. But I keep practicing it. Even when I'm in the shower, when I'm doing that, I keep practicing. And 40 is quite a comfortable range. So I said, if I can hold my breath for 40 seconds, then I might be closer to the end than I think. I was right, actually. I was closer to the end, but this happened. Francois had actually gotten to the end and gotten out of the pool. And what happened next was I ran out of breath. So, what do you do when you run out of breath? You stand in the pool and you breathe. And for those of you who've ever had an experience with water, the next series of events I'm about to narrate to you are quite traumatizing. I attempt to stand and my feet don't touch the ground. Wow. Oh man. Phoebe, I don't know if I've told you this story. Okay, so it's his first time hearing it as well. I tried to stand and honestly my feet don't touch the ground. I have never ever panicked so much in my life. I was like, where is the ground? Oh my God. I was like, where is the ground? You know, so I am Christian. I'm of the Christian proclivity. I grew up with a lot of religions in the background, but the religion that I stuck to has been Christianity. Immediately I was reminded of this song. Hold your anchor, hold in the storms of life, when the clouds unfold their winds of strife, when the strong tides lift and the cable strain, would your anchor lift or firm remain? You know, I I was actually just panicking in water. So I was trying to, grab water. I was like, Francois. And the funny thing is, I'm not gonna insult him on camera, but when I came out, I was insulting him. The guy was like, Prince, what happened? You were shouting so loudly. I was dying. Oh my God. I was trying to grab, I was just reaching out for anything. I was like, and when you are in water, every time you open your mouth, water rushes in. So you're literally there drinking water. At the same time, you are scared to open your eyes. So it happens that for some reason I calmed down. I just got calm. I realized that I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die. So for those of you who've never experienced this, it might look, oh man, but just drink the water. There's some oxygen in it and all of that. But when you're panicking so much, you're using so much energy, and the energy is burning the oxygen that you have, because you need oxygen to produce any form of energy. So you're burning more oxygen than you're actually intaking. So you're running out of breath, and you are also choking yourself with the water because you are not drinking the water deliberately. It is rushing in. So you're choking yourself. It's more like when you're drinking water and you don't control it, how you can choke yourself, how you can, you almost gargle the water out. So that's what's happening. And for some strange reason, I actually calmed down, which was a very strange miracle because I don't consider myself a very well composed person. I think I give the appearance of being well composed, but I think I'm a boiling person inside. So I calm down and something very miraculous happens. Not a miracle whoosh, but miraculous nonetheless. I open my eyes. I do. And that was the strangest thing that happened. So I actually let myself go. So now my feet touch the ground, but my head was under the water, and I opened my eyes. And it's hurting because you're not used to doing that. So you open your eyes, water is now touching your eyes, but I can now see. And this is the beautiful part. I turn around, and just behind me is the edge of the swimming pool. So the wall, it's not an arm's length away, it is just a bit beyond my arm. It means if I could just move a bit forward, and then in water when you jump, it brings you up. I don't know if you've experienced this, but I just reached out took a step forward. Whilst in the water, I was running out of breath. I was panicking. My chest was, I felt the constriction. I was feeling pain. But I actually moved forward, touched the wall, pushed myself up, and I found my hand just on the edge of the pool. Sorry, guys. So I pull myself up. Now there's oxygen, and you want to give the appearance that you're composed. Whatever you're going through in life, guys, you still have to keep your head up high. When you come out of the water, don't look like a clando. Do you know what a clando is? Don't look like a stranded person. So I pull myself up, and Francois now tells me how he heard me screaming and everything. He was about to jump into the pool. It then occurred to me that all that eternity that I suffered was just a few seconds. My oh my. I was like less than 30 seconds. Everything I narrated to you that happened in under 30 seconds. So when I came back, and just last week I was not well, so I was in bed, and quite recently I traveled. When I was traveling, I was listening to a podcast by Vuzi Thembakwayo, and if you haven't, please go and listen to it. It's called Rest. It is man, you need to listen to that podcast. And he was talking about what happens when you're drowning, how you try to grab the water, but there's nothing to grab onto. I was like, preach, pastor, preach. But even beyond that, I realized how my life, and I don't know about you, but how my life has been quite synonymous to the experience I've had. So 2022 has been a lot. Do you guys know the song? It's plenty you are. Other Hennessy you are. That's been my life. It's been a lot. And the problem with feeling overwhelmed and going through a lot of things is that, one, sometimes you create your own catastrophes. In the case of the swimming pool, for example, I created it myself. Nobody obliged me to actually go into the water. I went in willingly. I wanted to enjoy life, and that's what happened. If I look at some of the miseries I've gone through this year, it was man-made. It was prince-made, actually. So that still doesn't mean that you are not suffering, or you did not go through the suffering. With everything happening, family, personal, spiritual, financial, people are like, Praise, you seem to have been doing all this year. My guy, you don't know. You don't know. We've had to, and Fiba is here. He's here. He's testament to it. There's been a lot of hard moments, tough moments. There's been tough moments. We are seemingly making it through it. But in the process of going through it, one of the things I've realized is you sometimes find yourself doing so much or having so much to do that ultimately you do nothing. So we are drowning. When you're drowning in financial problems, when you're drowning in personal problems, I've been talking to a few people of late, and people are going through lots of pressure. Please, for those of you who are on the end of giving pressure, I beg, please be considerate. People are suffering, like really suffering. People are trying to make sense of their lives. All right? Stop putting unnecessary pressure on people. You have no idea. Some people are just trying to survive the end of the year. Some people are just trying to make it to January 1. See January 1 and say, I made it too. So as you can tell, this is not a usual podcast where I'm speaking philosophically. This is very personal because, if 2022 has not been hard on you, then you probably are just, you are Dangote's daughter. But even that, you have your own hard moments. To bring the podcast to an end, what did I learn from drowning? It is that when you are drowning, if you don't open your eyes, you can't see, even if there is something to hold on to, something tangible to hold on to, you wouldn't see it. So when you're drowning, sometimes the most challenging thing to do will be to open your eyes. So I'm just coming from a conversation with a few friends of mine, 2 friends of mine actually, and I was telling them how all the people who have ever hurt me emotionally left clues right in the beginning of our friendship. I knew what they were capable of. People who had philosophies that I disagreed with, they had those philosophies a long time ago. I just expected something different to happen. Those who have withheld things from me, they withheld things from me right from the beginning. So everything leaves clues, and everything is affected by everything. So I certainly know. I knew, but my eyes were not open. I don't know if that makes sense to you. And I don't know if that is something that you can relate to. You might find yourself in a situation, in a relationship, in a situationship, in circumstances where a lot of things are happening. You experience them, but your eyes are not open. Your eyes are not open. You are not conscious, cognizant. You are not aware of what is really happening or going on. And one of the best things I can tell you is open your eyes. Don't overlook anything. Be very forgiving. Have grace towards yourself. Grace is the ability to bend. Really, that's all it is. It's the ability to bend without breaking. So, have grace towards yourself and towards other people. I think if the person who has offended me the most, if I meet the person, I'm not going to. This year, this period has taught me that much. Not this year, this very short period, this 3 weeks have taught me that much. I'll look at the person and smile probably. We may probably never be that close, ever, because of course, healed wounds but ugly scars. But healed nonetheless. So when you're drowning, you open your eyes. Because if you don't, you will be trying to grab something or hold on to something that you can't hold on to. So let go of yourself. Get to the bottom of it. Get to the very core of it. And open your eyes. As this new year is coming, all I can wish you is the very best of luck, success. I pray that we move beyond the point of surviving to the point of living and eventually to the point of thriving. I pray also that everything that you touch and do and hope for, you actually get it. It actually comes to fruition. I pray that and hope that for you. And for those of you who are going through unbearable or unspeakable pressures, I pray God gives you the strength, because guys, I really don't know what to say. I pray God gives you the strength. That's the only thing I can hope or pray for you. That you have the strength to be able to handle the pressure with grace. Because we all go through hard times. It's how we handle it that matters the most. And please, you watching me on the other end of the screen, if I have offended you, if I have done any deed that was against you, remember that beyond all the speech and all the nicely articulated words, I am a human being just trying to make sense of my life as well. And that we can find a middle ground for grace and for amicable relationships. Of course, some things are just wishes that will never happen. But if I can also be of help to whatever you're going through or whatever you're doing, kindly reach out, let me know. I may not be able to help directly. I might put you in touch with somebody who can, but reach out. Speak to somebody. If you feel like you're drowning, and I can tell you that for sure, there was a period where I just felt like I was drowning with the relationships all around me. There was nobody that I could trust. There was nobody I could hold on to. You'd sometimes feel that. Reach out to somebody, speak to somebody. that might just be the solution to whatever you're going through. The end of the year is almost here. And like everybody else, or like most people, you might start to feel a bit overwhelmed. It is not very strange. The year has been a lot. Our lives seem to not be in perfect order. Nonetheless, we are here. And if you listen to the last podcast, I said, if you have life, then you have everything. Once there is life, there is hope. My name is Prince Tego, and until I come your way next time with another podcast, stay safe, stay blessed, stay amazing. Bislama. Bye-bye.